Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss Stephanie, Miss Vena, and my beloved comrades. Let me introduce myself. I am Muhammad Khalilullah with student's identification number 2 last digit is 47 from the Department of Statistics and Data Science. Today, I will discuss a topic that is very close to student life, namely difference in stress source and coping strategies based on gender. I conducted this study on SSD Students Class of 2024 at UNES. Why is this important? As we all know, that students nowadays face various pressure from academic, financial, to social tests. And the third is, mental health affects our ability to think creatively, solve problems, and even interact with others. The purpose of this study is to find out the difference between men and women in dealing with stress, so that the solutions I offer will be more targeted. I conducted a simple survey using Google Forms, which was filled out by SSD 2024 students at UNES. I focused on two main questions, namely, what are their main source of stress and how do they usually cope with it. All data was analyzed descriptively to see patterns based on gender. Did not use qualitative methods because the data I collected was close-ended. Based on the data, academic pressure is clearly the most dominant source of stress for both male and female students. That's not surprising. University workloads are intense. However, I also see gender-based difference. Female students tend to experience additional stress from social relationship and financial concerns. Male students, on the other hand, also struggle with workload and financial pressure, though they don't mention social factors as often. Coping strategies also differ. Female students prefer more social or expressive methods like talking to friends or engaging in hobbies. Male students tend to cope individually through gaming, eating, or using social media. This difference reflects not only personal preference, but also broader psychological and cultural patterns. These patterns reflect real-life issues among Indonesian students today. Mental health concerns have increased significantly, driven by academic pressure, high living costs, and emotional isolation. Many students, especially males, turn to their phones or gaming to escape stress. While this may help in the short term, over time, it can reduce productivity and harm mental well-being. Female students often juggle academic stress with social expectation and emotional burdens, but both groups are affected by stigma. Many still hesitate to seek help because they fear being judged. That's why we need campus support systems that are sensitive to gender and students' realities. Not just formal counseling, but safe space where students feel heard and understood. So, how can we respond to this? First, campus must be proactive. Mental health service shouldn't just be something students go to when they are already overwhelmed. There should be regular check-ins, workshops, and wellness space built into student life. For example, campus can establish wellness centers that offer personalized counseling, not just general sessions, but sessions that consider gender-specific challenges. Female students may need more space to express and process emotions, while male students might need help identifying stress before it builds up. In addition, building peer support communities is essential. Students tend to open up more easily to their peers than to professionals, at least at first. Creating safe and non-judgmental space can go a long way in breaking down the stigma and making mental health part of the conversation. And for students themselves, I think it's important to develop healthy habits such as journaling, exercising, managing time, limiting screen time. These are simple but powerful ways to build emotional resilience and stay grounded. In conclusion, this study shows that gender really does affect how students experience and deal with stress. Even though academic pressure is a shared challenge, the way students respond to it, whether through experience, distractions, or avoidance, can vary significantly. That's why solution must be personalized. Mental health support need to meet students where they are emotionally, socially, and psychologically. The goal is not just to reduce stress, but to help students thrive, stay connected, and succeed in both academic and personal life. With the right kind of support from institution and from within ourselves, I believe we can build a healthier, more empathic university culture. That's all I can say. Thank you all for your attention. If there any question or discussion, I am very open. Hopefully, this presentation can be useful and open our insights about importance of mental health support in the campus environments.